All right, 6 o'clock, call the meeting to order. All members are present. We're gonna start the meeting doing some introductions. Welcome, Jacob, newest member. Want to start?
Oh, start over at Bruce.
Yeah, well, I'm Bruce Paynesville. I've been on the board for 12 years, so I'm in my 4th term and have enjoyed most all of it. The reason I'm on the board is I like to see everything getting better for the kids' education. 100% why I'm here.
Thanks. I'm Cheryl Veldkamp. I've been on the board 12 years also. I'm now starting my 4th term. I came on the board because a couple of community members came and talked to me about it, and I thought, why not? I wanted to a while back and I was too busy, so it was perfect for me, and I'm all for the kids and what goes on for the district, what's good for the district and the children. That's what I'm all for.
My name's Ron Spanier. Still wet behind the ears and still learning.
And why did you get on board?
What's that?
Why did you get on board?
Hoping to make a difference.
All right, Rachel Ramson, going on my 3rd year, 1st term. Why is kids, I have 3 young kids in the school district, so I just wanted to be a part.
Thomas Pearson, I'm on my 6th year, or 6th year, and I joke that I'm 6 of 16, so hopefully get through 4 terms if I continue to get reelected. And much like everybody else, make differences in the community. I've got 2 young kids in school too. Yeah, I was approached by a past board member that thought I would make a candidate, and it was something I've always thought about and was interested in. So 6 years in, saying I have 10 years left, I must not hate it too much.
Gerald Porfit, Ron and Rachel and myself, I've been on going on 3 years, and was approached by a board member. Thought maybe this might be something I'd be interested in. So I have, and I've enjoyed it. It's a learning experience, and the growth potential of being on the school board is, I guess, a lot greater than I had anticipated. And growth meaning community involvement, education involvement, and then the committee. Just an opening to have a greater idea of just how schools operate, and so I've enjoyed it. So done 3 years.
Jacob Myers, I've been on for 3 minutes now. And I decided to run, saw there was a need, thought I could make a difference. And also I have a little guy who's just under a year old who I want to make this, well, I think it already is, but make it an even better school for him.
And ladies? Hi, I'm Maggie and I'm a student rep. I think this is my 2nd year doing it. I'm Nicole. This is my 2nd meeting doing this.
All right, move on. Approval of the agenda. Is the recommendation of superintendent to approve the agenda?
I make motion.
Presented.
Second.
Tom makes motion. Gerald seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Public input? I don't know. So I'll move on to organization of the board. We will now recognize nominations for the position of chairperson.
I make a motion to appoint Rachel Ransom as chairperson and president.
I second that nomination.
I'll make a motion to nominate Director Pearson as chairperson.
I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. I've learned I shouldn't. It's always kind of difficult because we're just trying to sort it out as who it was.
Right.
And without an existing chair, it leaves it in a different,
Yes, it does.
different scenario, so.
Right, and Rachel was vice chair last year.
There wasn't a second, so
Oh,
for
okay.
Director Pearson. So
Well, maybe, okay, I should strike that, what I said.
did you, I'm sorry, I didn't
I shouldn't
understand.
have-
Did
I
you
shouldn't have known.
second?
No, you're good.
No, but I nominated Rachel.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
You are totally fine.
You're
Yeah,
just fine.
You're good.
I won't say it.
No, and I had the second on it.
Okay. So now you'd walk through your questions and we have the first with the first nomination, there was Thomas.
Yep.
But then are there any further nominations?
Okay.
And you'll walk through the questions.
Okay, are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I entertain a motion to close the nominations and cast ballots.
I make a motion to close the nomination and cast the unanimous ballot for Rachel Rantham.
There were actually there was more than one candidate though. So we have to go through the
I
process.
thought there was only one with the second.
Thomas didn't get a second though.
My bad.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Director Ransom has been declared the chairperson.
There you go. Okay.
All right, move on to clerk. Recognize on nominations for position of clerk.
You were clerk last year?
Yes.
I don't know when you offer opinions here, but I've always liked it when everybody that's kind of new and fresh to what's going on starts doing some of this. Tom and I and Cheryl, we've sat in other positions here and there. I think it's important everybody tries them. So I nominate Gerald.
I'll second that.
Are there any further nominations? Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I entertain a motion to close the nominations and cast ballots.
Make a motion to close the nominations and cast unanimous ballot for Gerald Corfa.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Director Corford has been declared the clerk. Move on to treasurer. We will now recognize nominations for position of treasurer.
How hard is that job, Cheryl?
It's not really hard. It's a learning curve, but it's very illuminating.
It's something.
It's once a month that you really should go in so you can look at the bills. It's easy.
Something you've done for quite a while and,
I've done it for a while.
and, you know, just in thought, I'd go to somebody else that has time available to do that as well. You have 4 more years
Or
left
were you-
right now, so it's not like it's, we got to switch it now this year, but at some point in time, that training and that learning curve could be handed off. But yeah, I mean, available is.
Anybody else interested?
I mean, I can do it. Is there a time window?
Generally, on the days of the board meetings, Cheryl has come in,
Sometime
Or
during the
within a day or
sometime
two?
during the day or a day or two before. Generally, once the board agenda is posted,
Yep.
then it's all ready.
That's all ready to go.
Yep.
So kind of 2 days.
I make a motion we appoint Cheryl again, she's with her experience and expertise.
I'll second that motion.
Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Any further nominations? Hearing no further nominations, I entertain a motion to close the nominations and cast ballots.
Make a motion that we close nominations for the finance person and treasurer, and we cast the unanimous ballot for Cheryl.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Director Velkamp has been declared treasurer. Vice chairperson, recognize nominations to the position of vice chairperson.
I nominate Bruce Vanderpool.
I second that. Oh,
I'd rather still, well, okay, we'll try that, but I got another plan.
It's really hard for me
I like
to.
Ron Spanier.
I second the nomination for Ron Spain.
Any further nominations?
Back at it, I'll nominate Cheryl. I'll take it.
Now, can I withdraw my? Can I withdraw?
Nobody seconded. Did anybody second for Bruce?
Yes.
Yes,
Tom did.
I seconded for Ron. Did you get Bruce or not?
yes.
We have, so we have two
I-
So we
nominations.
have to do the vote.
We have to do the vote.
Okay.
Any further nominations? Hearing no further nomination,
I'll get pass. Bruce will do it.
I will entertain a motion to close the nominations and cast ballots.
I make a motion to close nominations for the vice chair and cast ballots.
Is there a second?
a second.
We have to do a roll call.
So a voice ballot for each candidate.
Okay,
So, let Miranda get situated and then she'll call around the room.
Bruce,
No.
So you have to choose one or the other.
One or the other.
Oh, I have to do Ron Spanier.
Cheryl,
Bruce Vanderpool.
Ron,
Bruce Vanderpool.
Rachel,
Ron Spanier.
Thomas,
Ron Spanier.
Gerald,
Ron Spanier.
Jacob,
Ron Spinger.
Kind of bit me in the butt.
Scott, you're just gonna be like vice chairperson? I had to.
Very nice.
I'm
Just
giving the
saying.
calendar, right? So let them know he's not gonna be here.
You never know. Next up, assignment of committees.
Okay, so I will pull up the committees, and we'll do a quick look. So some of these, just to kind of walk through, will automatically naturally change because as the chair, Rachel will sit on some of those committees. So we'll walk through that. First one is the Minnesota State High School League. I had to pull up my cheaters. So we have, one member needed, and we have Director Magus and Director Pearson who have expressed interest. So of the two of you, we need one and an alternate possibly. Not a lot of responsibility with the State High School League. Not a lot of responsibility.
It's. You want to?
I don't have a lot of strong preference on any of these, so I mean,
In the new, we'll put you on plenty. No, I think go ahead and, like Janelle mentioned, I was on it for 3 or 4 years, my first term, we never had a meeting here. I think there was one time when Rick was on it, that there was something that came down to him. So in the 6 years I've been here, there's been once where there's something that's went up. But it is nice. So like school board association, I attend the high school league stuff just to kind of familiarize myself with that. But, it's an interest, go for it.
Okay, you got that one, Miranda? Okay. SAF, Schools Advocating for Fair Funding. So that's one of our, legislative, representations. Through that organization, That board member and I have traditionally tried to go down to the Capitol together. And they do hold their meetings approximately 4 times per year. There is a virtual option. There's an opportunity for networking with other board members of the SAF organization, in addition to traditionally legislators, and the Department of Education are present at that meeting. So, Thomas has been on that in the past. And he's expressed interest. So if there's interest there, we'll just move on.
I think you should stay. That's one of those
That's one
positions
of those
that,
that-
some of the positions I don't think you should change all the time. Cause you have to get used to the process, and that one takes some time.
And know some background.
Okay. Stearns County Family Services Collaborative. So we have one and an alternate. Rachel has been the primary. Rachel, as the chair, is that something you want to maintain, or would you like to pass that off to?
I'll maintain
Director
that one.
Magus? Okay.
And then he can be the alternate if need be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I saw no one else for the, I can just be the backup.
You'll serve it. Okay.
And we generally meet twice a year, and it's usually via Zoom. So,
Legislative liaison that traditionally has landed with the staff, representative. Thomas, is that something you're interested in continuing?
Yep.
West Central Education District, Gerald has been on that for a couple of years. I see Gerald has interest and nobody else has expressed interest. Is there anyone else that has strong feelings? Otherwise, I think Gerald has done a nice job.
I think that's another one that doesn't hurt to stay with it for a while to get that process.
Continuing education. That meeting meets 4 times per year. Rachel has been on that in the past. Cheryl has interest as well. What would the two of you like to do?
I guess I was just thinking about reconnecting with the teachers.
That's right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to be put on a lot of stuff.
right? Oh, yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Okay.
The Community Advisory Committee, we meet 4 times per year. Lunch is included, as an added bonus. We need 1 representative. We've had, in the past, it was Thomas with Rachel as a backup. Jacob, I see you're interested in that one as well. How would the 3 of you like to work through that?
I can step on that one.
And I can be an alternate. If, how, I don't know what your schedule's like, what's your availability, because those are lunch meetings.
But especially if it's only 4 times a year, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, yeah, it should be able to do those.
Yeah, and I can be your alternate if you
Okay.
can make that meeting.
All right.
It's good that you guys point that out to them, because, yeah, like our meetings, are usually in the evening, but unfortunately there are some that are,
And we offer a virtual option.
Yeah. that gives you some flexibility.
Yeah. On the nice side, my job is pretty flexible, so I can usually handle those.
Okay, so the world's best workforce, which will have a title change starting next year. It says that we meet 2 times a year. It's kind of come down to about 1 formal meeting, but it's also become the in conjunction with the district advisory committee. And that has 3 members, and we've had I gotta look for a second here. Yeah, we'll change the title of that World's Best Workforce to the District Advisory Committee, because those serve the dual purpose. And we've had Gerald, Ron, and Bruce on that. So if anyone else has interest, otherwise that's the same committee as the District Advisory Committee. So it is actually going to be more than twice a year. It'll increase to, I think we have it scheduled 3 or 4 times per year. So if that changes anything for you guys, you need to make a note of that. Okay. All right, in negotiations, so Rachel will sit on each of the negotiations committees. So we'll walk through for teachers. There will be, we need 3 total, so we'll have Rachel. So we have Rachel, Jacob, Ron, and Cheryl who've expressed interest. So I'll let you guys work through that process.
So there's one too many, what you're saying?
Yes.
I can step down.
Paraprofessionals, also 3 board members. So we'll have Rachel, and we have Gerald, Ron, and Jacob who have interest. So of those 4, we need 3.
Only question would be
I can
Ron with
step
UN,
down.
yeah.
What's that?
UN paraprofessionals. Is there,
It's a
my wife-
paraprofessional
No,
in
she-
My
support,
wife's not a para. Okay, I can step down.
but she is part of the support
Support.
staff.
I will step down.
And that doesn't pose a conflict for me.
I think there's far enough removal.
Not a double check that.
Yep, it's, yep.
Okay.
Okay, food service custodians, we also need 3, so we have 4 interested. Rachel will be on, which will be 1, so we actually need 2 to step down. So we have Pearson, Spanier,
I'll step in.
Vanderpool, and Belkamp.
I can step down.
We would have Miranda, are you getting these 2?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And then taking a look, we've got administrators, so we'll have Rachel, Pearson, and Belkamp expressed interest, and so we can keep those 3. Transportation is, it's typically been on even years. However, we did have a 3-year contract, so it was a little bit of an odd season. So Rachel will be on that one, and then we'll have, so Bruce, Ron, and
I can step off of that. With all of them, I've been on a number of times, so.
so in looking at that, then Bruce wouldn't be on any negotiations.
well,
I can step down.
we have it listed in food service. At least Miranda got them listed in food.
Oh,
service.
does Miranda have them on there? I'm sorry, I better check, crossed off the wrong box. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
You have
I think
to,
he's doing it. Okay,
No, but I was coming off of food service, right?
I can step down.
then we wouldn't have you in any negotiations.
Okay,
And I'm on 3.
okay.
And not the 3,
Whatever.
the huge
Right,
deal.
doesn't-
One of my 3 is just administrators, and usually because I meet a ton.
Those are usually at the end, towards the end.
So that's not a big deal. The 3 that I'm on, but
Tyler, you can stay on transportation.
Whatever you want.
I mean, if that works.
Yes, whatever you guys want.
Was anything?
so I'm sorry, did you get it figured out?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're just gonna do a quick review, is everybody on at least 1 negotiations committee?
Yeah, I think so.
Miranda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Meet and confer, that meets 2 to 4 times a year, depending on need. We have 1 representative, and that's been Cheryl.
We just redid that, this last year, and I kind of like to stay on it. I like the way it's coming and it's working out well.
Okay.
If that's okay with everybody else.
Staff development committee, district-wide staff development, about 4 times a year. It was revised to 2 representatives last year, so we have Thomas and Gerald expressed interest. So looks good. District-wide technology also revised to 2 representatives, about 4 times a year. So we've got Jacob, Thomas, and Rachel who have expressed interest. So who would like to represent?
I can step off.
If anybody else, I mean, I
Yeah.
find myself on a lot of committees and meetings here right now, so I mean, if anybody else would like to, I know you put the interest in there initially, but
And generally in there,
Right.
I mean, we meet and prepare for staff development day. I mean, go through agendas and trying to explain what we do in those
The
meetings.
technology ones?
No, the
District-wide.
district-wide. Yeah, no,
So this is district-wide technology
Okay.
committee.
Technology.
I was talking about the other ones. Forget it. Sorry.
So Rachel, you're stepping down from that one?
Yes,
as I say, if there's anybody else that's not meeting as much in meetings that would like to take that, I would.
Looks like you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Policy committee, traditionally the chair, I believe, has served on that committee. So we have Rachel, Gerald, Thomas, and Cheryl who have expressed interest, and we have 3 members on that committee.
And I can step down from that.
I could back off from that one too. I'm on quite a few already.
Yeah, it
If
makes
you're
sense
interested in it.
Okay, then I'll stay on it.
Okay, that's good for me.
for the policy committee.
Yeah.
Somebody else can take that from me as well. I mean,
Do you want to step down, have Cheryl stay or take
yeah,
it?
yeah, I'm gonna forego being on any more committees at this point in time, so somebody's gonna take it. My work schedule will not allow for this many meetings.
so the other ones.
Do you, or Jacob,
I'm already gonna be stretched.
do you want to do Cheryl? If not, Jacob, would you like to have that? It's actually fairly easy. Yeah, I say easy. There's times it can get a little, depending on what changes, mandates come down, but
It get a little complicated, but not much.
Yeah, if we need another person, I can.
Okay, so we have,
Rachel, Gerald, and
Jacob, yeah.
okay. All right, facilities, we have 3 board members on facilities, so we've got, Jacob, Thomas, Ron, and Bruce, and Cheryl who have expressed interest, so we're looking at 3.
I'll take myself off.
I can step down too.
Okay. So we've got 3. All right, and climate, wellness, and health and safety. So you're gonna see that this is combining a couple of different things. In the years past, we had a wellness committee that was part of our insurance. It was a benefit of Blue Cross Blue Shield, and that required an oversight committee. We also have in regards to health and safety through our resource training and solutions. So there's some components that have to come back together. So this is merging all of those pieces together. So you'll see we're looking for 1 and an alternate, and there will be 3 to 4 meetings per year.
Again, I'll take myself off.
Between Gerald and Cheryl, one of you would prefer to be the primary and then the alternate?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'll be the alternate.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right. Thank you, Miranda, for keeping that organized.
Have to do,
I need a motion.
okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the committee assignments as published.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Schedule regular school board meetings. Current practice is meeting twice per month, starting at 6 o'clock. Unless otherwise noted, Is there any changes, preferences?
So I'm gonna just cast up the calendar and the proposed list. A couple of things that I want to call out for you to consider. So March 10th is a different date. That's a Monday because township election expired will be March 11th and we can't hold a board meeting on township election days. You'll also notice May 13th is the 1:30 meeting. So it's the middle of the school day in order for presentations to take place. You'll also see a consideration in July. So July and December, we've traditionally held one board meeting. July 8th would be the second Tuesday, which would have been a work session. I wonder if the board would like to consider moving it to just the middle of the month. So it's not such a big gap between the first and the following month. So then July 15th would be the date. August 11th, the 12th is a primary election day. So you'll notice the Tuesday needs to move to the Monday. Taking a look at November. So it's a 1:30 meeting for the student representatives during the school day, but it's also moved to Monday because November 11th is Veterans Day. So that's also a prohibited date. And then you'll see December, I have considered December 16th, which would be, again, splitting the month versus meeting right at the beginning of the month. So those would be the only other considerations. The other thing I would recommend the board considers is adding a statement. We've only once come into, I think, a question of whether or not we should hold the meeting or not. But I've done some just looking at other board agendas, and many agendas will have a statement of in the event of inclement weather, if the meeting is canceled, the board meeting would be held the next day at the same place and time. So if that's something the board would like to be proactive about, I would recommend making a statement on each agenda that says meeting will be held at the same time the following business day. So those are some of the considerations that are presented for you today.
The only question I would have is that December meeting. I don't know if you want to keep that up.
Oh, yep.
Just so everybody look at the December meeting. Is it too much of a rush to go? Too much for you guys to handle to go from that just November 25th to December 9th? My feeling is just the closer we push into the holidays, the crazier everybody's lives are. But maybe I'm just only when I feel that way.
Do that a little bit this year.
We only had one meeting in December.
Yeah.
Early.
But we still kept it the second Tuesday, did we?
Well, we had the tax,
We didn't.
taxation at the same time.
Yep, and this would still meet whether you did it on the 9th or the 16th, the truth and taxation would be fine. That just has to be by the end of December.
Correct.
I'd stay with the 9th.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, unless it's a push on the opposite off. I mean, because no sense in stressing the opposite out of the holidays either.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter to me. It's just if there's how much time there is between the December 9th meeting and then the next January business meeting, which is at the end of the month in January.
Mm-hmm.
So that's there gets to be a long length of time, but it's.
Oh, Rachel can always call a special meeting if she.
I won't do that, I promise.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
Oh, I can do that one.
Yeah, that was my only question. December 9th, the second Tuesday is nice, just because it's not.
Yes, and that next week is usually crazy for everybody. I mean, for me.
Okay. It's the will of the board, so
Yep.
whatever you would like to do is fine.
That's everybody else's thoughts too, then.
So do you
Keep it on the
want
9th.
you got a motion?
I think so.
That wordage in, or I think that's a really good idea, actually. For inclement weather.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So
But we can just make a motion to accept it as presented.
except for December 9th, except maintain December 9th.
Right.
And to add the
And
that
then
wordage.
the verbiage, the inclement weather verbiage.
So if you adopt it as presented, because that's what it said on the
it's on
bottom of
there.
it, so
Okay,
that you could incorporate it. Sure.
sounds good.
We got a motion?
Did somebody make?
We're just waiting on.
Somebody needs to make the motion.
July. I think,
July.
oh, did we decide on July? Are we gonna push that one to the middle of the month?
I'm okay with that one, seconds away from the holiday again, like,
Yeah,
I'm okay with that July 15th, was it?
Right, yeah.
So
Okay,
I'll make a motion to introduce, hold school board meetings 2 times per month unless noted. As presented in our schedule, utilizing July 15th, as the consideration option and not July 8th, and then utilizing December 9th, not December 16th. At 6 PM in the Paynesville Secondary School Board. Oh, bye. Wow. You can just say.
Second.
Second.
okay, Bruce? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Establish compensation for board members.
I don't know that I have any desire to adjust the compensation. Anybody else have strong considerations to make adjustments to that?
I don't think so.
So I'll make a motion that we accept the compensation as published for board members.
Motion given Gerald,
Second.
second by Jacob.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. School district legal counsel and authorized contact.
so this is, an annual resolution that authorizes employment of legal counsel as needed.
Resolution. Verbiage.
I'll make a motion to introduce a resolution authorizing employment of legal counsel as presented. I'm gonna say instead of reading it all.
I second.
And then we have to
Roll call vote.
Bruce,
Aye.
Cheryl,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Rachel,
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Gerald,
Aye.
Jacob.
Aye.
Motion passes.
So the agreement that's, in front of you today is an agreement that, is new. We've not had this in the past, but we do have agreements with the city of Paynesville to share, to use property. And this is a request to make sure that we just have insurance coverage, if we are using their property. And it's, so that we don't have to have our own individual policy. So this is requested by the city. So you'll see an agreement for, the Paynesville area school districts and the city of Paynesville to share property.
So move.
Motion
Second.
Seconded by Cheryl, all in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Organizational meeting is adjourned.
Okay,